Hey there, everybody, and welcome into episode 5 of Let's Talk About, with today's topic of discussion being what games I've been playing recently. And as an added bonus, I'll be talking about a few games that I'm looking forward to that'll be out throughout 2026. So I'm in a bit of a weird slot right now with games I'm playing because I don't really have a main game I'm focusing on right now. I'm mainly just biding my time until Trails Beyond the Horizon is out in less than 2 weeks. It'll be out January 15th, which conveniently enough is the day before my birthday, so that makes a fantastic birthday present for me. But there's 5 games in all I wanted to talk about that I've been working on as of late, just again to kill time until Beyond the Horizon. As of just this evening, right before I started recording, I started a new file in Terranigma of all games, a game I've been wanting to play for a very, very long time in full, but just never got around to it. As of right now, I'm only in the first tower of, I believe, 5, from what I saw the game mentioned before there. Still getting used to things, the combat, all the commands you have in combat, like like your running dash attacks, your jumping attacks, etc., etc. The game is gorgeous for one thing, and I've heard many a good thing about the game as well. Still wonder why it's never been brought to the U.S. in any official capacity. So yeah, I'm just playing it via emulator on my Odin 2 Pro, which again the game looks glorious on that screen. I've also heard it's a pretty long game for a Super Nintendo game. I'm not sure what all there is to do, like completion wise or whatever, but I would really like to actually beat that game in full before Beyond the Horizon. I'm sure uh, almost 2 weeks should be enough time to do so if I focus on that enough. That aside, I've been playing through Chrono Trigger as well. Funnily enough, I'm playing through it on the Super Nintendo version and the DS version. The Super Nintendo version I started more recently, just as a replay, honestly. I've played through the game so many times. It was just a fun playthrough again. I put in a few codes just for fun to like have match TP after every battle, so I would learn all the techs immediately. Match money code there as well, so just a fooling around playthrough with that. I'm very near the end of the game. I'm going through the Black Omen in 1000 AD right now. My plan will be to go through there all 3 times you're able to. So go through the entire area and fight Queen Zeal at the end in the Black Omen. Also, I just slight spoilers here, I suppose, if you haven't played the game before. And then the very first fight with Lavos, when you fight through all of the various boss forms throughout the game, and then you're able to go inside a shell, and then you're able to actually leave that way if you went through the Black Omen and all that beforehand. So yeah, the strat there is to go through that all once, and then go to the Black Omen in an earlier time period. You're able to go there in 1000 AD, 600 AD, and I believe 12,000 BC. Because obviously the Day of Lava's already happened, you can't do anything there. In the future, it's already sealed shut, she's already taken over, so you can't do anything there. And it also, that's not even there in prehistory, 65 million BC, so you have those 3 areas to go through. And I believe all the chests respawn throughout each time you go through it there. And you're also able to steal all the tabs you want, like the speed tabs from those panels to max out the whole party's speed. Get more like Nova armors and other stuff like that. So I'll be working on that gradually here. And I might go for all the endings again eventually. I haven't seen all the endings in quite a while. So I might work on that later. Then for the DS version, I just picked up a random old file I had there as well, also on the Odin 2. Um, Again, just a fun playthrough file. I have a few codes there as well, mainly all items and weapons and all the equipment there because I really love the new DS exclusive equipment that that version has. Everybody has a more ultimate than ultimate weapon. There's new armors for everybody, new headgear, new accessories. So lots of cool stuff to fool around with there. My favorite of the bunch, well, quite a few weapons I enjoy quite a bit. Chrono's new Dream Seeker blade, or Dream Seeker weapon, has a 90% critical hit rate, which is obscene, considering that his Rainbow Sword has a 70% crit rate, which was his normal ultimate weapon before. Marley has a new bow called the Venus Bow, which does a guaranteed 777 damage to anything. Doesn't matter what their defense is, it'll just pierce through that. So that's actually been extremely useful throughout the entire game so far, and I'm sure it will be throughout the rest of the playthrough. Um, let's see, there's that. Yeah, so those three. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, OG Final Fantasy VII. Again, I know this one's been on the Retroid Pocket 5. Actually, I love that thing's OLED screen. Again, old file there, playing through just for fun. I have all items, equipment, materia, accessories, all the good stuff there. I just got to Corel and the Gold Saucer / the Desert Prison. I think I'm currently in the Desert Prison. Amazingly enough, when I was getting Yuffie, I actually found her on my very first battle in the forest in the Ajunon area. I could not believe that happened. Then finally, I played through it a while back, but I want to talk about it anyway because it's probably the most recent release of a new game that I have actually played through in full, and that would be the Trails in the Sky First Chapter remake. That game was, oh my god, absolutely phenomenal. You guys have already heard me talk about it aplenty in the SCLP, and I even so far as mentioned that I would like to LP that version someday. I have it on PC. I can even see the icons on my desktop right now. They're in the bottom left corner. The full game and the demo. I was assuming it can run well enough while it's being recorded. I would happily do that eventually. I don't know when, but sooner or later I think I will LP that. The engine Falcom used for that is unbelievably glorious in every sense of the word. It just looks gorgeous. The colors are so vibrant. The world is so rich. It's just an absolutely beautiful engine. And the hybrid combat with turn-based and action-based, to me, it's the best combat in the entire series. And they've already been dabbling with the turn-based and action-based hybrid system since Daybreak 1, tinkering with it more in Daybreak 2, and it will be also featured in Beyond the Horizon, which, by the way, also amazing combat there, and that game also looks glorious. Different engine, of course, than the first chapter remake, but Beyond the Horizon is also a absolutely beautiful game. I'd be tempted to even do a blind LP of that if I weren't already LPing Sky second chapter, but I could stream it. I haven't done any test streams here with our new internet, though, so I had to see how that would go. That would be really fun, though, to do that. That could be a project for maybe a later day, though. And that actually also ties into the next topic here as a bonus one for today. Games coming up that I'm looking forward to. Beyond the Horizon, of course, it's a mention there, obviously. It's out January 15th. It's out on all available consoles. Annoyingly, though, not Xbox, because I know people joke about how they don't have that many games and all that, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure if it were on the Xbox, people would want to try it out. I would think anyway. I don't know for sure, but it would be really cool to see that be available on more platforms. Although, really, by that, Xbox is the only one that's not going to have it, I'm pretty sure. It'll be out on Switch and Switch 2. I'm pretty sure on Switch 2, right? I assume so. PS4, PS5, and PC via Steam and all that. Now, in my case with that, I played the demo on PC, just a story demo. I haven't done the battle demo for it yet. There's 2 separate demos, and the PC version only has the story one. There is combat in the story demo, but not a whole lot. Whereas the battle demo, you're in the Grim Garten, I believe it is, the updated version of the Marian Garten from Daybreak 2. You just fool around there with the combat and have stuff carry over to the main game. I would like to get that on PS5. I don't have it actually a PS5 controller right now. I think we only have the one we're sharing between our PS5 and PS5 Pro, so I technically do have one. I might just get a second one. Just we don't have to share it. Honestly, my brother and I, just so we can each not worry about that. Just less of a headache that way, honestly. That game will be incredible. It takes place, I forget how long after Daybreak 2. It's not immediately after. I'm trying to think back, actually. Of course, Daybreak 2 took place very shortly after Daybreak 1. I think there is like a few month gap between Daybreak 2 and Horizon, I want to say. Maybe like 3 to 6 months, something like that. No more than that. It is pretty short after Daybreak 2. I won't talk about spoiler stuff and all that story wise. I know some things about what happened in the game. Not a whole lot though, as far as the grand scheme of things go. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, but people have said, if people have already played it in the Japanese version and all that, that it is like the best Trails game, period. And I cannot wait to experience that for myself. I hope it lives up to the expectations and then some. I'm sure it will, though. Moving on from there, I forget the exact release date for it, but Ys 10 Proud Nordics is another one I'm looking forward to. I love the original. I got that on PC. I played the demo, loved it, loved it, loved it. Got the full PC version there as well. Between that, 9 and 8, I am really torn between which Ys game of those three I liked the most, because all three of them are fantastic in their own way. I know a lot of people especially love 8, and of course I do too. I love 9 for the gothic setting in Barduke. 10 with the whole Norman style, with essentially your pirates, more or less. Yeah, I love the ship combat, and just the combat between Adol and Karja was fantastic. It was so fluid, so fast-paced. Of course, the game, outstanding soundtrack. It's an Ys game. Of course, it'll have amazing music. But yeah, I'm curious. It's like pretty much a brand new version of Ys 10, where like it'll be taking place still on the same part of the world, essentially, that OG Nordics took place, but like in a whole new island there as well. They have a brand new story, brand new characters, even new gameplay elements there as well. So I'm very curious to see how they'll go about that. I will, of course, be getting that ASAP. I hope there'll be a demo for that as well. I feel like there would be. They did one, of course, for just for normal Nordics, so I would think that'd be the same case here. And as far as like, I mean, possible LP and stuff here goes, I haven't LP'd any Ys game yet. I obviously want to, because I really love the series. Those would be projects for down the line, I'm sure. But yeah, I would love to do, of course, Ys 10 eventually. No idea when, but we can jot that down, that I most likely will do that sooner or later. I don't know what else really is coming out major this year. I have one more game in mind, obviously, that I'll talk about. I'm just trying to rattle off anything in my brain that's like coming out this year that's on my radar. I should have probably checked, actually, before starting recording. I didn't do that because I'm me, so just kind of winging it there, as I so often do. I'm sure there's stuff I could look around and see. Oh, wait, actually, I did remember one. Should be out sometime this year, is the Tales of the Berseria remaster, which was kind of unexpected for a lot of people. I haven't played through Berseria in full. I have played a pretty decent chunk of it, and I do like it a lot. I, of course, know the elephant in the room with, ow, that was my knee. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust how I was sitting in my chair at my desk, and I bumped my right knee, and it really, really hurts. But yeah, people were saying, like, okay, that's cool, but why Berseria? It's already available on PC and has been for quite a few years. So, like, why not do, like, oh, I don't know, Tales of the Abyss, or Legendia, or any other older Tales game out there? Like, Tales of Hearts already would be super cool. Tales of Eternia, like, any of the older ones would be super cool to see, too. Though I think Berseria will be on most platforms, if not all of them. So, like, I appreciate that. It'll be available on more systems than just PC. But still, like, I would have loved to have seen them done older games there. But apparently Bamco even said that they are going to be tackling more games from the older parts of the library there. So that's really cool to see. Me personally, yeah, like I said, Tales of the Abyss and Hearts are the only two Tales games I've actually ever beaten, which might sound crazy. But, yeah, hopefully those get the remaster treatment. And yeah, really all the Tales games, because I want to play through them all, and having them updated like that would be very, very cool, not only for me, but for a lot of people in general. Then finally, the other big one here, actually, well, I guess the third big one, would be Trails in the Sky second chapter remake. I've already been gushing about that in a few videos as of late. Already been confirmed to be out fall of 2026. So I don't know if that'll be September for fall. It'd be maybe more like October or November, perhaps. Um, what's crazy too is that it's only going to be like a 1 year turnaround from that, from first chapter to that. In the States before, we had to wait 4 years from first chapter to second chapter, which was an agonizing wait. I was lucky though, very, very much so. I was able to play through second chapter right away because I didn't get into the series quite when they launched. I first played FC on my PS Vita actually when I lived in California. This would have been back in 2015. And then I, of course, adored that game to hell. I was already hooked right away. And then immediately bought SC and played through that as well. And, of course, loved it. And then following that, I played through Cold Steel 1, which came out like shortly thereafter. That was great timing on that. And then, yeah, I was already fully hooked at that point. But yeah, we've already seen, of course, you had the actual announced trailer a little while back. The game looks glorious, as it always does in that new engine. The cutscenes in that are going to be, it's just beyond peak. I think there'll be some new characters in that we've never heard voiced before, actually. Who all do we see in SC that wasn't in FC that also hasn't been voiced? Luciola will be voiced, although I guess she kind of had a voice in SC, during the battle clips and all that. She'd have her little like attack cries or whatever, and during her S-craft there as well. But she'll have like fully voiced dialogue this time, which would be really cool to hear. I guess also kind of spoilery for this one, so apologies in advance. Ragnar will have a voice in this, I would expect. One of the holy beasts of Adios, who we have not seen yet in the series. If you're new, if you're new to the series, Ragnar would be the first one we've seen, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I wonder if he'll still keep the middle-aged accent, like dost thou and art thou, etc., how he talked in the original second chapter there. So yeah, I can't wait to see how he'll be voiced and all that. As far as new characters that'll be playable in that, I did see there will be playable Annalise, which is all that anyone should care about. Well, more, of course, say that in jest. But yeah, I can't wait to actually have her be fully playable. I think Julia actually will be playable there as well for the first time. Although, again, she was playable in the first one, so she'll be playable in the remake there. So yeah, I'm curious to see how she'll play. Same with Mueller as well, actually. He will, I could see him being pretty fun to use. I would assume Julia as well. And then all the mainstays, Estelle, Joshua, Chloe, Olivier, Shara, Agate, Zin, Tita. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Oh, Kevin? I totally forgot that, yeah, he'll be in second chapter, obviously. He looks amazing in the engine there as well with his original outfit. I would assume he'll be voiced by Ray Chase because he's voicing him in Beyond the Horizon. So it would make sense for him to voice Kevin in the remake here too. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm sure they'll share voice clips and such closer to the game's release when they confirm that. We already know that Stephanie Shea is back as Estelle, as rightfully so. I assume Johnny Young Bosch will be back as Joshua too. It wouldn't be right otherwise. He's been him the entire series. And beyond that, everyone else should hopefully be the same. There might be people that I'm missing that haven't had voice lines before and will now. So I can't wait to see how they'll all sound too. And then looking forward, looking ahead beyond that, Falcom has been talking about what they want to remake next. They're not really sure what they want to do next. At the very least, they need to do, in my opinion, they need to do Third and Zero and Azure. Because, for one thing, Third, you can't have First and Second without Third for Trails in the Sky. Third chapter is a hugely important game for not only for itself, but also how it sets up so many things for the remainder of the series. It's like, you have to do that one as well, right? Also, fully playable Reese in that engine, oh my fucking god, she would be amazing to play as in that. and then also having Zero and Azure in that engine too. Crossbell in that will be amazing. Plus, you already have the English cast that's been established in Cold Steel 3 and 4 and Reverie and all that. I don't remember who all voiced who for that. Um, but yeah, having that be fully in English would be amazing because, of course, when we got Zero and Azure localized here before on the Switch and all that, what was that? Was that 2024 or 20? No, that was 24. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, that was the same year Reverie came out there as well. Yeah, we got Zero first in the spring, then Reverie, and then Azure. Yeah, of course, it was all Japanese voices and all that. So yeah, being able to hear all of them in actual full English will be incredible. And then I think they also mentioned that they talked about doing Cold Steel 1 and 2, maybe? I think I saw that correctly. Me personally, I would absolutely love that. The Cold Steel arc is my personal favorite in the series. So, yeah, if they did Cold Steel 1 and 2, they probably wouldn't need to do 3 and 4 because it already got an updated engine there anyhow. So they probably wouldn't really need to touch those. But Cold Steel 1 and 2 could probably use a facelift there. So having those two and that engine there as well, with the action and turn-based combat, that would be crazy. Like, for one thing, we already have an idea of how Reen would play in that because, well, Horizon's right there, so we have a glimpse of that. So pretty much, essentially take that and, I don't want to say downgrade. I can't think of a better word than that, but like, obviously he's much older in Horizon than he is in Cold Steel 1. So like, yeah, he'd be downplayed some there. Different crafts and all that probably would play differently there as well. But you have something to work off there, at least, with having him already be playable and having his style in Horizon already be established. And yeah, being able to see like how Milliam and Eustace and Fee and all of OG Class 7 would play in that action style there would be, oh my god, so much fun. So maybe someday, but that's way, way down the line. I would like them to do third first to finish off the Sky trilogy, and then Zero and Azure after that. Anything else to go over for 2026? I don't think so. I think one more game. I think that'll be out in 2027. The third part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. I would like to see that come out on the OG game's 30th anniversary, which would be, I think, January 31st, 2027. I don't know if they're trying to target that or if just people talking about that, trying to will it to happen. I don't know for sure. But either way, that'd be super cool to see whenever it comes out. We still know, like, nothing about it, really. Although I will say one thing. They do have some form of a title in mind. They are, they're as of like a few days ago, end of the year last year, they were deciding between two different titles for what Part 3 will be. When that'll be revealed, I have no idea. Maybe Summer Games Fest. That'd be a pretty big show to reveal that, so fingers crossed. But yeah, I think that'll do it there. So lots of stuff that I've been playing, just again back and forth there, trying to kill time for Beyond the Horizon. But then whenever that comes out, everything will fall to the wayside, and I will be playing that through every goddamn second that I have available to me. I will be double dipping that as well. I might still just get it on PC first, so I can just play it on my RG Ally and just play it more portably, and then did a physical PS5 copy whenever. But yeah, so with that all said, guys, I also wanted to try to a couple more things actually I do want to mention. I almost forgot. Hopefully this will also bring up some more discussion in the comments there as well, so I'll just plainly ask, what all are you guys playing lately? What have you played recently, like prior to like currently, and also what are you looking forward to in the future for the rest of the year and all that? Hopefully, get some engagement going. I always like seeing comments and replying to them. And one more key thing here, I already put it in my description info on my channel. Let's Talk About will be an every Sunday upload from now on. Ideally, anyway. So there's that. Still, of course, the 12 p.m. slot there, like normal. I'm trying to get something of the schedule in mind. I don't know if I'm going to do like a Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. That could work. I'll just kind of play it by ear, but I will say, yeah, Let's Talk About will be posted every Sunday at noon moving forward. And with that all said, guys, this has been Mr. Movies 7 signing off. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.